Hello everyone, this is Satvik, and in this video we'll be discussing about a cool social engineering tool which is named as PyPhisher. So without getting any delay, let's dive into the video. So guys, first of all, really thank you for all your support that you're showing to my channel and as well as on my videos. And if you want to connect to me personally, you can check out my Twitter and the LinkedIn. The links are in the description below. And if you want to be the part of my community, you can check out my Discord. The link is in the description below. So guys, in the previous video, we discussed about browser in the browser attack, and there I had showcased you a cool tool which helps you in doing some social engineering stuff. We all know what it is, and some of you guys asked me like to do a detailed video on that since I haven't shown any kind of installation and etc like that. So this video is dedicated to that, and let me open that. So this is the thing. This is the repository of that particular tool, which is named as PyPhisher, and here you can see that it is completely based on Python. Okay, you don't need to have any other programming languages in order to run that. So specifically Python 3. Okay, Python 3 is absolutely fine. And coming to the before diving in, guys, like I know that these tools which are based on GitHub might work properly for me, but it might not work properly for you because because it is dependent upon the dependencies of the Linux platform. And also guys, I'm going to show this on the Linux on a Linux machine, so you can feel free to use on any machine which is having Python 3. Okay, so if you're having any issues, you can simply go to this issues tab, guys, and you can mention, I can check out there what's wrong it's happening. And yes, okay, so and like if you feel like there is no issue and you can't even solve it by through the help of Google search or anything else, you can post your problem in the Discord and I'll try to help you out there. Okay, so as I told you earlier, I'll be using this particular Kali Linux machine, specifically a Linux machine, to showcase this stuff. So I'm going to use a desktop here. You can see there are a few stuff here. So first of all, let's clone this thing. So you can simply clone that, as simple as that. Yes. So it is git clone and paste that. Okay, it is simple. You don't need to have like it's a small tool, guys. Like you can see it is only 1 MB. So if you are having a proper internet, it doesn't even take time. Okay, so you can simply navigate to that folder, okay, which is PyPhisher in my case. Okay, you can rename that if you want to, but PyPhisher is the default name that you will get. If I do an ls here, you can see you can also run this through Docker, so you can check out their detailed mention on how you can run on Docker, etc. like that. But you can simply run the Python script and that's absolutely fine. So you can see, don't need to install any stuff. Like once you clone this thing, you can simply run that. So it is simple. Python 3, sorry. So if you are not having Python 3, so it is simple. So sudo apt install Python 3, and followed by you can also install the pip. So pip is like manage, you can install some different modules which are related to Python. So if you do that, do that, it will be fine. The reason I use sudo is even though I'm root is like some of the people are just being confused. Okay, so sudo is used when you're not a root user by default. Okay, so since I'm a root user, so how you can see it? So when you open a terminal, you can see the username here as well as the name of the machine. Okay, so that is a trick you can follow. So if you're not having Python, or if you assume that you might or might not have, so it is, you can install that through the help of this command. Okay, so now it is simple. So don't mention Python, guys. So mention specifically Python 3. Okay, so specifically mention Python 3 because most of the times what happens is like the bash, okay, the bash that I'm using or anything that you're using will take Python 2 as default. Okay, if you mention Python, it is going to take Python 2 as default, so it might be a bit problematic in future. So mentioning Python 3 is absolutely fine, and you can simply hit enter. You don't need to provide any options or anything like that. For the first time, it downloads some few stuff. Okay, it is even based on what you call ngrok as well. You can see some few websites that you can use and even some other tools, etc. like that. Okay, so I'm going to use something like Twitter here, for example. Okay, for example, and also, guys, all the things that I'm going to showcase in this video are only for the educational purpose. So don't use this to harm anyone, because we all know how strict the crime is in India. Okay, you'll get free food and bed for 3 to 5 years if you are trying to do this on anything. Just use it. Like, the reason why I'm telling this is like whenever there is some new social engineering attack that is being posted. So take an example of browser. In the browser attack, you need a template, right? In order to do that, you need a template. So like, you can't code it or you can host on a server like every time. But through the help of these tools, what you can do is like, you can have some page, you can have some time saving there. Like, this is only a tool. Okay, like, I am doing this video on 25th April 2022. Like, it is working fine right now, but if you are watching this video like 1 year later or anything like that, it might or might not work. The only thing that you need to focus is the methodology, or like, you got to know what this tool does. So what you can do is, you can simply search for some other tools which are same like this. Okay, you can do that. So okay, so now coming back, we'll be using Twitter here. Let me hit 16 here. So the advantage of this tool that I'm mentioning here is like, it is not solemnly dependent upon ngrok. Okay, we all know how ngrok is good, guys, but sometimes what happens is like, since it is open source kind of thing, like, there has been many issues coming over there. But this particular tool is using something called as Cloudflare. So Cloudflare has something like a free domain, like trycloudflare.com, etc., like that. So this tool is also going to mention that stuff. So what happens is like, the URLs will work more fine. So if you can see here, you can see there is a domain called as trycloudflare.com, and there is some subdomain, etc., like that. So this particular tool is creating some subdomain kind of thing like that. Like, even it looks like more convincing. Okay, if you take this ngrok, it is not as convincing as this, but like, this cloudflare.com works fine. And also, guys, coming to the ngrok, so ngrok, for ngrok, there are something called as an authentication token. So if you take the ngrok which is given default by this tool, so it comes under the authentication key of that particular user. Like, let us assume the owner of this particular tool. Okay, so what happens is like, as many people are going to use this tool, so the number of requests get more, and like, you can see there will be some errors popping out there. So it's always a best way to have your authentication key of ngrok. Okay, you can browse to the ngrok website. Okay, and you can log in through help of any email, and then you can find out the authentication key, and you can configure it so that it works properly fine. But now, for now, we can see we got two URLs here. So let me copy link of any of them. So guys, what happens, and one more problem with this tool is like, sometimes some URLs work and sometimes some other doesn't work. Like, that happens with every cyber security tool that are going to test. Okay, you can see one particular URL is working fine, but some might not work. Okay, some might not work. So that is what the problem with this, some of these tools. Okay, you can see there is something like there is throwing me a pop-up. You can see even it is redirected to, it is the same website, guys. So once you do some stuff here, so let me analyze this a little. We can see like, it is the reason why I'm mentioning this tool is like, this tool is a bit advanced. So if you go back to this particular repository, you can understand, you can look forward like, the version it is updated like 2 months back. So it is like most recent. See, what happens with this social engineering or phishing tools is like, they are old. Okay, if you watch those templates, even anyone, even a small kid will tell it is a fake thing. Okay, but what happens with this advanced or the new tools is like, they update their templates newly. So that is the reason I mentioned this tool. Like, there are thousands of tools, guys. This is just one of the just one tool. And also, guys, all the credit goes to the developer of this tool. Okay, I'm not the developer of this tool. Okay, so Kasraudra, all the credit goes to him. And let us assume that I'm giving something like this. So, and also, guys, if you are not following me on Twitter, so my ID is nullshock1. You can follow me there, and I'm going to specify the password, not the password of the actual account, but some other random password. So I am 1 2 3 like that, just assume like that. It is not my password, guys, in any means. Okay, it is not my password, and you can see like it got redirected to some other site. Okay, so let me and also guys, one thing I forgot is, if you have any custom URL, let us assume that you are having some website there, you can do mention that. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so what happens is now, okay, so it haven't captured the login information. You can see captured the login information. So what happens is like, if you haven't provided this particular thing like YS or enters, if you haven't provided an option like, do you want to provide or not, sometimes it doesn't record, but luckily it recorded. So this is the username and password that I mentioned. Okay, you can see like this works properly fine as of now, as I told you, as of now. But in future you might face some issues, as more people are going to use that. So that is it, guys, for this video. This is a short tool. Since I had seen your comments, like asking me to do elaborate regarding this tool, so that's the reason I am doing that. So if you really like this video or this effort, do like it and do share with your friends who are really interested in this stuff. And also guys, coming to the future of this channel, so what I'm going to do is like, as I told you, as I am mentioning earlier, so I'm looking forward to make two videos a week. Okay, so not let us assume that this week I'll already upload this video, and the next video will be on some basic topic. So what I'm planning to do there is like, I'm planning to do a series on Android security. Like it's like basic topics. Not all the videos on this channel are going to be like attacking kind of thing. Okay, some will be even helpful for the normal people as well. Like I'm going to post some videos on Android security, how you can enhance that. And also I'm going to share some dirty facts about some Chinese companies. We all know them, even you know them, but I'll share some dirty secrets, etc., like that. And I can be helpful for you even while you are doing some stuff, like not only like attacking, I'll also be helpful for you in saving yourself from these kinds of attacks, etc., like that. So that is it, guys. That is everything regarding it, and I'll meet you in the next video. So stay tuned to this channel. Bye bye.